So, hello there, another week, another video, and today I am going through things which I've bought just recently. More specifically, this is going to be a focus on things that I have not bought on full price. And I think it's quite an exciting topic for those of you who like luxury items and want to know how to get the best sort of deals or save a bit of money when spending money on luxury goods, because they are not cheap by any means, right? And I've been quite pleased with what I've gotten because I think they generally do represent stuff that I would wear, and I'm just very pleased to have been able to get some things at a cheaper rate than what I would normally pay. I'm going to start with something now which is going to be a complete opposite to what all of that previous spiel was, and that's going to be in this box here. Now, this pair of shoes isn't actually on sale, but the reason why I put them here was, well, first I wanted to show them off because I think they're a really nice pair of shoes, but second is to say that Maria Grazia Chiui joined Fendi as its creative director, and her new collection's launching soon. So for those of you who do want earlier or just previous season Fendi pieces that are marked down, they're actually letting go of some of these pieces at a good price, right? I'm going to put a picture, if I can, of a pair of shoes that I tried on in store. It was going for about 40% off, which is good for Fendi, I think, and it was so tempting, but it was a pair of burgundy colored mules, and I don't actually think that I can or that I have the kind of clothes needed to match up with those shoes. So ultimately, I don't think I'm going to buy them. But if you do want some designer stuff from Fendi, I think now's a pretty good time to go in and take a look at what they're letting go of at a slight markdown. The other brand that I think is going on sale sometime this week or last week would have been Celine, and I did get a pair of shoes from Celine the last time they had a sale. Sadly, not the best purchase or not the smartest decision I've made, but if you do want things on sale, now's a good time to start looking at it naturally, right? We're going into June, July, and the summer sales are coming on, so you'll see some of the pieces here. Anyway, long story short, the first pair is, as you can tell, a pair of Fendi shoes. They're actually the new season ones. When I went into store like last month, they were only going to be released, maybe in late April, early May, and I saw them, and I've been looking for a pair like this for a very long time. So when I found out they had a pair in store, I was allowed to try them on. They couldn't issue the invoice to me until this month or something like that, but it's this pair. Look at how cool it is. This is the Fendi Colibri Light, and the reason why I got them is because actually the Colibris are very comfortable as a shoe. I don't like the normal Colibris because they have a very thick strap across, so they look very sports shoe-like, and I didn't like how they came. So when I saw these, I've been keeping an eye out for Colibri lights that I liked. This was finally a colorway I could get on board with, and I do like this blue. It is absolutely beautiful. And I think it would go very well with jeans and with that sort of thing. And Colibri lights, they've got a padded backing here. The toe is not too tight, it's quite low, so I think I should be able to wear this quite well, right? And this is elasticated as well, so it should grip without being too overly restricting. So yeah, this is not really a true unboxing. As you can tell, I have put the sole on it. I do this with all of my shoes because where I live, things are very wet, and if I were to just run around in puddles the whole day long, the base of the shoe would be ruined very quickly. So the first thing I tend to do when I get a pair of shoes is to take them to a cobbler, and I will put a sole on them. So yeah, I'm very happy to be able to have this and to start wearing them. And yeah, this is the other shoe. Very happy with it. I do have another pair of Fendi heels, low heels, and I do enjoy them, which is kind of why I'm quite happy to have this as well. So yeah, this is pair number 1. Now, so tip number 1, if you would like things on sale when you've got a new creative director coming in, it's probably a good time to start going down to store when they're just about to release the new collection, because the older collections would likely be on a markdown. A similar thing is happening at Dior, where if you know, the Lady Dior's are being released in with a bow on it. The older so those are being released as at a markup or at an increased price. The older ones without are still being sort of sold at the same price. So right now, if you think of it, I think they're trying to phase out the old styles and then move over to the new models with a bow on it, and those are more expensive. So but right now, if you wanted the older versions, you can still get it at the same price. It's not quite a markdown, but I think it's one thing to take note of if you want something, you know, for slightly less than what you'd normally be required to pay. My second thing which I've gotten, this is also a purchase that I made in Spain. We went to the factory outlets as well. This is a Ferragamo shoe, and I don't think I've said this enough on the show, on this YouTube channel. Ferragamo shoes are my absolute favorite. They last, they are well made, they are good quality. They are also one of the last few fashion houses that are independently owned, right? They are owned by the Ferragamo family, and I think that's a special detail that shouldn't be too overrated at this point in time, given where we are. This is not a true unboxing because I have worn these. I have also brought them to the cobbler to be sold, but they are this gorgeous brown, caramel brown color with a pointed toe and the new Ferragamo bow. Now this bow, at least, is still carries elements of the previous conventional one. So it used to be a metal buckle with Ferragamo engraved. Now it's leather covered, but I think it's a nice modern take. I do like the heel because it's a stack heel here, so it's going to be quite stable, and it still looks very elegant and really, really pretty. I did also get the black flats version for my sister, and she loves it as well. So it is a very nice shoe, and I'm very glad that I was able to find this at the factory outlets in Spain. So that's tip number 2. Go to the factory outlets, right? I paid, I think, about 40% of what this originally retailed for. So again, it was a pretty good deal. So I'm not going to go into the other one because it will be the same. It's the same shoe, only the other side. I do have a thing for shoes. I do love beautiful, comfortable shoes, and so Ferragamo is definitely one of the brands that do not disappoint. I am looking at the hug bag from Ferragamo as well, actually. I think it is such a cool, modern, classic bag. So, well, who knows? I might be going on holiday to Italy, and if I do, I will definitely keep a lookout. So yeah, these are the shoes. So this is another luxury purchase that I made, and I think you might be able to tell from the box that this is actually a candle. I first saw this in store, and I was looking at it and thinking, I really like the scent of this candle. It's kind of like a baby powder laundry style smell, which I love. Okay, it's called Infusion d'Iris. Okay, I don't speak French, although I tried to learn at one point. Don't come for me. The original cost of it was maybe 100 odd Singapore dollars. I got this for about $30. For those of you who know, a lot of the makeup brands are owned, or the cosmetic and household brands are owned by Estee Lauder. It's like a different company, right? And every now and again they will have sales depending on which country you're in. So these are usually the clearance stocks. So either they've been on the shelf for a very long time and the company does not deem them saleable, or there are some defects in the packaging. But anyway, this was much cheaper than what I saw in store for, and I decided to get it because I thought, why not? I declined to buy it at the time because I have a lot of candles. I still do, but I did not think I could justify adding another $100 candle to my collection of a lot of candles, luxury candles already. Oh dear. So this is the candle. It's just a very simple glass with a filling there. I can see why I think they might not have wanted to market it. The label's a bit scratched in certain areas and not really well applied, but it smells really nice. I have friends who didn't really appreciate it when they ordered the candle, but for me, I like this and I think it smells very pleasing. For those of you who are familiar with the Jardin de la Lagune scent from Hermès, it's sort of similar. It's like a baby powdery, laundry, soapy kind of smell. But that's the kind of thing I like. It's quite subtle, but I think it's also it smells quite strong here. So I'm hoping that when I burn it, it'll throw quite a nice, refreshing scent to my room. So yeah, looking forward to using this. Very happy that I paid $30 for it as opposed to the $100-odd that it originally cost. Now, last but not the least, a lot of the mid-tier, lower end of the high-end luxury brands will go on sale from time to time, right? It's a fact of life. I got this because I've got something similar, I think, and it was on sale, right? Longchamp, Chloe, they're all currently on sale now. We're starting into the summer seasons, so I think it's all going in sale. So let me see if I can just open this now. So took a bit of tugging, but I finally got the bag open, and here is the bag from Longchamp. They've got a lot of cute models on sale, but this is not a bag. This is a little card holder. And I think those of you who have seen my 12 Days of Christmas, you'll have known that I got the Pure XS in this same blue. And so when this went on sale, I thought, why not, right? And also, as a lesson to all, the same bag that I got is now on sale too. So if I had been slightly more patient, I could have gotten the bag on sale for 50% off, or I could have gotten a different non-seasonal color instead, right, at full price. But instead I got a seasonal color at full price, and so what does that make me? Well, quite possibly a sucker. Anyway, I don't regret it. I love that bag, as does my mum. She has co-opted it and she has gone on holiday with it. I don't begrudge her that, but I just love this card holder. I thought it was so simple. It looks like those flaps on the Longchamp bag. It's got 2 card slots at the back, and it opens up and you've got 2 card slots and 2 deeper slots here. So it is a very nice flat construction, slightly bigger than the usual card holder, right? If you assume this is a slightly larger card holder size, it kind of looks like that. So I think it is wider, but just now. But I like how soft and nice it is, and I do think the blue is really lovely. And actually, what I've just realized in filming this video is, if you look at this Colibri light and this, it's like a perfect match for each other. So as in when that Longchamp bag is going to be returned to me, you can bet that I will be using the bag and shoes together, and I'm actually really excited about being able to do that. I think it's such a nice blue, and I think it will work very well for the summer, and I am going on holiday in the summer, I think, so I'll be really, really pleased and looking forward to using it. So that's kind of all of the goodies that I have. I hope you like this video, and if you can, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!